Hello everybody, welcome to OriginalContentHD and welcome to another Kotodaman video. Today we're doing the bingo for the Oshi no Ko collaboration. 1000 gems for clearing the bingo. And this is probably maybe the easiest one we've ever had. One of the easiest we've ever had. In terms of the actual stages you have to beat, we won't talk about the collaboration quiz just yet, because that is a bit annoying, but you just have to copy what I do, so it's fine. But in terms of the actual stages you have to be, 2 of these stages at least are just like complete, like you could do anything, you don't even need to try. But most of the other stages are also of a similar difficulty. They are very, very simple. This is one of the this first stage here. This is one of the gimmies. You like literally, you can see I didn't even get any ults off or anything, and we beat the stage. That's how easy this stage is. But it's basically like a story quest thing. Beat that, and you clear mission 1. Very easy. Now mission 2. This is interesting because if you remember the ReZero event, they gave us Subaru for free, and he was like the free, easy to get 99 luck. In this instance, we have a free, easy to get 99 luck, which is the Baby, Aqua, and Ruby. But it's not, even though it's easy, it's very, very easy. They made it a tiny little bit less easy, because with the Subaru one, you would just get copies of him just by, you know, participating during the event. In this case, there is actually a stage for the characters. You do have to actually go and beat the stage. But you only have to beat the daily stage twice, because it drops at 50 luck to max them out. I didn't actually check if they had additional skills, but even if they do, it's not too bad. Now, you will be witnessing a new debuff on the screen. This is the balloon debuff. As far as I know, it only comes in 2 forms. There's the blue one and the red one. The blue one will reduce your attack if you pop it, and the red one will actually damage you if you pop it. So I think we might get to see both here, but the way it works is when you combo through it, the counter goes down, and when the counter hits 0, that's you popping the bubble. So in terms of the team I'm using, in this current team, I don't have any balloon resist units, and the reason for that is there really aren't that many. There are some in the Oshi no Ko gacha, of course, because this is their event. But in the actual game, they actually had to add the buff to like some existing characters, most of which are not very good. If we're being honest, they're really not very good. One of them is like a 3-star or a 4-star or something. Like, they're really low rarity. Yeah, I mean, you could beat the stage using them, but you could just as easily beat the stage not using them and just pretty much ignoring the debuff. Now, when it comes to other stages, that may not be the case, but for this stage, that is very much the case. Right now, with the balloon debuff, other than Oshi no Ko characters, the only characters that have it are like a handful of yellow characters, one of which we will be seeing later in the video. But generally speaking, at least for this stage, I really won't worry about the balloons. I will show you later me beating the other version of that stage, and we're going to try and use some balloon resist units, and I'm going to show you why it's kind of pointless. Number 3 is the quiz. As always, I have to reiterate with the quiz, you do not have to get all of the answers correct. There are 10 questions. They will appear in 3 sets in random order within those sets. So the questions you see on the screen and the questions you see in the video may be slightly different. But that's only in terms of order. They will still be all the same 10 questions. And just try and match up what you see on the video with what you see on your screen, and you'll be able to clear the quiz easy peasy. As always, not only do I have the answer translated into English on the left and the question translated into English, not that it's necessary, but it's there. There's also a copy of this in the description if that is easier. And you only need to get 2 correct to get the bingo ticked off. We also get a reward for specifically for this 1 bingo square, getting 2 on this bingo on this quiz. If you get 2 correct on this quiz, you will get a free Oshi no Ko gacha summon. One single summon guaranteed to be a 4-star or a 5-star. And realistically, it's probably going to be a 4-star. It's 95% chance to be a 4-star. But I hope that you get lucky and you get a 5-star, because that would be very nice. Now, as this is the first Oshi no Ko collaboration, there's no other units to pull from for other events and other gachas, so it does kind of feel a bit sparse in terms of how many units are available to summon for, in terms of what events are on and stuff. It is possible that there is an additional stage, because most events will add an additional stage later on. Like, normally it's a character that makes a lot of sense. Like, if there's an anime on a character that's just showed up or just had a big fight in the anime, or, you know, just a character that's like a big deal that wasn't included in the original set of characters. Most events have something like this. I don't necessarily know who it would be if this one does get it, because it might not, because we are coming up to Christmas. They might have other stuff planned. It's hard to say. But if they do release another character right at the end, I would imagine it would... In my head, it would probably be the Crow Girl, I think. But I don't really know who else is suitable. So I guess we'll see if we do actually get another one. They don't have anything on this bingo or even the additional bingo that would require you to beat that stage or even participate in that stage. So we don't have to think about it for now. But as far as I can tell, this event compared to like ReZero, much easier. Not just in terms of what you have to clear for the bingo, but also just in terms of the stages in general. The ReZero event, it had a couple of stages from the previous collab, which was a much older collab. And even those were pretty difficult by the standard of what we're comparing it to here. You know, the Garfield stage was actually a bit of a pain to farm compared to some of the stages here. This one is going to be a lot easier. So if you were struggling on the ReZero one, this is a lot easier. I mean, for me personally, when it came to ReZero, I managed to max out everything except Regulus. I got Regulus to max luck, but you needed additional copies to unlock his additional skill. I just couldn't do it. I just didn't have the units to beat that stage. So that's a shame. But, you know, it kind of is what it is. But you always kind of hope that if they have a stage like that that's that extra bit difficult for a series you really like, that you'll be able to beat it. Because you want to get that character and you want to max them out. And I do really like Oshi no Ko. So if they do release a character, I hope it's one I can beat. But I guess we'll see. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, we don't even know if there's going to be a stage. Especially... I think the thing I'm considering most is because we're so close to Christmas and all of these events seem to, even though the whole Oshi no Ko event is quite long, in terms of like where the events are coming out during the event, it's all kind of stacked towards the beginning. So there could be like another overlapping collab. They could be moving on to Christmas stuff for the original characters. It could be anything. I don't know. But we've done the quiz quest. So that's great. Remember, you only need to get 2 right. So if you spent your time getting all 10, I don't know why you did that. Now next up, mission 4. I said there were 2 stages that are basically just a gimme in this event. This is one of them. Mission 4, clear the promotional event mini live. This event you can pretty much, I mean, for a start they've set you up quite nicely with the hiragana on the screen, but yeah, I think it'll literally take 1, maybe 2 ultimate attacks, if that. It'll take basically nothing. You will almost always beat this in 1 turn unless you completely mess up. And this and stage 1 are just the 2 nice little ones for you to get an easy tick on the bingo board and get some rewards. There are, in every event, more stages than what I covered in the bingo. Typically, they give out stuff like crystal things you can equip to your characters, or the little like lucky bag things you can equip to your characters. But also, there are some genuinely good ones. Some good, like there's some that give the little yellow things that you can use to skip using evolver items and stuff like that. So it's worth having a look around and just seeing, making sure you're doing those stages. You don't gotta beat them every day, but you know, it's worth getting some rewards if you can. Now, mission 5. I mentioned the Aqua and Ruby baby event before, but we're back. But this time it's not the daily stage, it's the regular one. Now, I should point out, it says you have to clear it 2 times. If you cleared the daily one, that counts as 1. And then clearing the regular one will count as 2. So in theory, if you cleared the daily one twice, that would count as 2 as well. And yeah, as you can see, these yellow characters I've got here, I'm trying to make use of them because they actually resist the balloon. If they're put on the space where a balloon was, they get rid of it. That's awesome. It's kind of pointless though. As I mentioned, it is really kind of pointless. On other stages, it will be good. But until they have a lot of characters that have the balloon debuff, they can't introduce too many difficult stages that have the balloon debuff. And we're especially restricted in terms of the actual units available to us, even in terms of type coverage. Unless you have all the Oshi no Ko units, you have very limited type coverage on balloon resist as well. Now, admittedly, you probably only need like maybe 4 of them in your team to get the most out of it, because all they need to do is be put in the slot and they get rid of it. It's not like the barriers where you need multiple units working to break it down. But as you can see, it was really just pointless. Like, it's still taking me 2 turns to do it. If I had Oshi no Ko units, that wouldn't be the case. If I was using a leader that wasn't a luck leader and I was going for damage, that wouldn't be the case. But really, the balloon resist, like, it really doesn't move the needle. The damage is not that high, the attack down is not that aggressive. You could, if you're trying to be really sneaky, set up your combos in such a way that you're not comboing through it a total ball amount of times. But I don't even know if I'm able to do that. I don't even know if I would know which hiragana to put in to make that happen and still get the damage. So it's pointless. Just go in there and beat it. Just use whatever team. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Mission 6, we have the Tsurugi Daily Quest. As always, the daily quests are the fastest way to farm these characters. Also, do not forget that you will be getting additional copies from missions. So make sure to check the mission so you don't end up over farming these characters. Some characters you only need to get to max luck. Other characters you need additional copies in order to unlock additional skills for them. Sometimes that'll be an extra resistance or some way of dealing with a gimmick, or even maybe it does additional damage to a certain type, reduced damage from a certain type, so on and so forth. It can be pretty good, to be fair. Sometimes that extra skill can turn that from rubbish free unit to, actually, I will use this character quite a lot. So if you can do it, for any of the characters that do have it, it's worth doing it. And if you're confused about, does this character have it, does it not, there is a very easy way, which is when you click on the event panel, which is at the start of each of these missions, you'll see me clicking on the Oshi no Ko event panel at the bottom, and it brings up a list. There is an option for checklist. If you click the checklist, you'll be able to see all of the characters in this event. Now on the left tab, that will be the event units, and in the right tab, that will be the gacha units. We're not talking about the gacha units, but if you want to see which gacha units you're missing, you can have a look there. In the left tab, it shows all of the units that are farmable from this event, and it will show their current status. So that will be what luck they're at if they're going up to max luck. And then once you get them to max luck, it will say max luck. And then underneath, if getting them to max luck is all you need to do, it will say complete. If you've got them to max luck and it doesn't say complete underneath, that means there's still something left for you to do, which is most likely get additional copies and unlock their extra skill. Anyway, going back to the Tsurugi quest, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about it, because even though it looks like I'm about to beat it, guess what? We're going to have to beat it again for the next mission. Not necessarily the daily stage for the second mission, but same as the Baby Aqua and Ruby event, you have to beat the daily stage at least once. But there is another mission, not necessarily related to the daily stage, you can just do on the regular stage where you need to beat it twice. But clears of the daily quest will also count towards it, so Gotta beat it 2 times. Basically, you gotta beat it 2 times. And you can see it's taking me a little bit longer here, but if you're looking at my health, you're seeing this is not that difficult. In theory, I think this stage is supposed to be about the same difficulty as maybe Garfield. It might be lower. I'm not too sure. But it's not that hard. I've not even really brought the best team along. I think I did try and switch up my team for the second run to make it a little bit better. But basically, it's really not that bad. But when the debuffs are like something like shock, and the shock damage isn't that high, a bomb and the bomb damage isn't that high, it's kind of not a big deal. Even if she was hitting me hard, which she's not, I would still be able to handle it. But anyway, now we have to do it again. We're going to do the regular stage here, but they're basically the same stage. Like, as far as I know, there's no discernible difference between the two. And yeah, you can see I've got Godzilla in there and a few other characters. This is a pretty varied team. Whether it's a good team or not, I don't think it is a good team. But as you can see, purple units and black units, those are the ones that you need to get combos with in order to get rid of the bomb. You need to get 6 in 3 turns, which I'm probably going to be able to do. I can't remember if I actually did do it, but you can see I've got 3 straight away there. And you can see the shock damage is really negligible. It's not really part. If it was like a few thousands, then we'd really be on the ropes here. But we're not, because it's not. So we're fine. And I'm basically just using a team that I know is going to comfortably win. I didn't even need to put any real thought into it. It's kind of weird. It's going from the ReZero event where some of the even slightly lower difficulty stages had a bit of bite to them, and there was even one stage I couldn't clear. Coming to this event where it's just the complete opposite. It feels very odd. But I think I was pushing to try and make this happen in 2 turns, but I believe I made a mistake there. Instead of se, that's actually ze, which is very, very, very hard to combo with. There are not very many combos with ze in them. And so I think in my pursuit of trying to get rid of the bomb, I actually kind of messed up. Now, this is one of those ones where you need a full ultimate attack in order for it to count towards the bomb being removed. On some stages, you don't need the full ultimate attack. You just need the mini attack, and that'll do. But in this case, you need the ultimate attack. So, as you can see, even though I got my little purple units to attack there, they didn't get rid of the bomb. How sad. But here's the thing with this stage. So after the bomb is gone, this unit weakens herself. But the bomb being gone does not necessarily mean you got rid of the bomb. I mean, if you can get rid of the bomb, then do it. It's not that hard. I'm making it look a lot harder than it is. I've completely messed up my combo here, by the way. If you get rid of the bomb, then absolutely, yes, you will have a weakened enemy and it'll be an easy kill. You could probably 2-turn this no problem. Or, if you've set things up miserably, like I have here, it might take a few more turns and the bomb might go off because you just didn't do a good enough job. And look at that down, it's nothing. It's not, I don't know why it's like nothing, but it's nothing. And now she is weakened. How that makes any sense, I don't know, because we definitely didn't do the job, but I guess they argue that you survived long enough, so there you go. But at that point, it should be very easy to kill her. And yeah, this is just, to be honest, a really easy stage. And like I said at the start of the video, this is one of the easiest bingos. The only part anyone might have trouble with is the quiz, and that's basically what the video is for. All the other stuff is really just if you want to watch it, because I kind of doubt that you need the help. But there you go. That is the Tsurugi event done twice. And then moving on, we have the Touki stage. Now, in theory, it'd be a little bit harder, right? It's not that bad. Now, I have intentionally made teams that use a luck lead here, rather than going for just all-out damage, because I feel like some people will want to build like that. You know, if you're not just doing the daily stage, then the optimal way to do it is to carry on farming using a luck lead. But is there any reason to use characters other than, like, I mean, the girl I use for most of this video, not this particular stage, but the last one, I think her name is Neheloop. She's got a really weird name, but she's like an original character. She's pretty solid. So is there any reason you should just use someone other than her? Because I'm pretty sure her buff is bigger. I'm using one of the, like, Kamen Rider free characters. Pretty sure her buff is bigger than his. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So is there any reason? Basically, the answer is no. So it's just to sort of show off a little bit. I guess you could argue if you needed an extra unit with a certain gimmick counter, then it might make sense to have your leader have that gimmick counter, but that was really not a factor in this stage, I've got to be honest with you. As you can see, the blue heal shield, or whatever it's called, heal block, is already gone, and he is already weakened, and we are already pretty much set up to just wipe this stage. I've got all of my units ready to go, and yeah, we're even getting combos and everything. I did include, like, some of the Oshi no Ko units we just got into this team, but I don't think I actually used them. So, oh well. If you want to use them, you can use them for yourself. I mean, they are free after all. We haven't got any of the gacha ones, but that's not to say that we won't do some summons, because I'm thinking we're going to do some summons. Not in this video, but maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I don't know. You might see a video from me summoning on the Oshi no Ko event. But finally, Mission 9. We have to clear this story mode stage. I've already done this because I had to do it for some reason. I can't remember why. There were some missions or something. I don't know. But this is the brand new story mode. This was the one that was added specifically for the 6.5 anniversary. And this character here, the reason this is in the bingo at all is because of this character here. This character is one of the only available characters that are farmable that resist balloons. So they've told you to go and fight this stage so that you'll work that out for yourself. And at that point, it's up to you how you want to approach things. Now, this stage has a few different debuffs, as you can see. But because there are so many debuffs, even though it's just a basic story mode stage, all of them basically don't do a lot. The shock damage is not a lot. The bomb is... I mean, I don't even know if I even got as far as seeing what the bomb did. You have to get more than an 8 combo to damage him, but that is only until you've dealt with all his debuffs, I believe. After a certain period of time, that would go away. But if you can get an 8 combo, then you're just going to hit him pretty hard anyway, so it's not a big deal. And I don't know what kind of damage we're doing to him here, because I can't really recall, but it's pretty good for the looks of things. Did we get him in one? We didn't get him in one, but that's okay. The 8 combo is still there, but the bomb is still there. I think you have to get rid of the bomb to get rid of the 8 combo. 8's not even that high. 8 is not even that high. Now, there are 2 types of these red shields. You have to bear that in mind. There's the ones where you have to create a combo that is above a certain number, in this case 8. And there is the ones where you have to hit the barrier a certain number of times. And the way you can tell the difference is it's normally like an 8 and then like a little square. It is obviously, you know, kanji. It's not it's not just a square, but it's basically indicating to you, if you see that little square, then that means you got to hit a number of times. And if you see it says 8 and then some katakana, it says combo, then that's the combo you have to get. So it's slightly different. But again, a very easy stage, and that's the bingo done! All done! And this is the first time I've got this to actually record properly. In all the bingos I've tried to do before, I tried to leave this until the end so I can just click it at the end and you can see them all go bang, bang, bang. And I've messed it up about 4 videos in a row, but not this time! Not this time. You can see the whole thing clear, all in one. Bingo complete. 1,000 gems. And there is a second bingo, but, you know, we're not doing that. We're only here for the gems. And now we have a free summon. It's guaranteed 4-star or 5-star from Oshi no Ko. As we mentioned before, this is the one you get for clearing the quiz quest. Now, I know we did get like a free multi in ReZero, but I think that was only because there were 2 events, one from the past. They didn't want to do that here, and you know, that's fine. We got a 4-star! And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.